The first time I made a deal with the devil, it was to save my mother. In the end, it didn't matter. Satan still won. The second time, I tried to buy my brothers and my freedom. All the agreement did was create a mirage about our lives, who we were deep down, and who still owns us. After that chain of events, you would think my conscience would have disappeared, that all reason not to take whatever or whoever I wanted would no longer exist. But the voice in my head still told me not to make her mine. From the first time I saw her as anything but my best friend Killian's sister, that voice has screamed at me to stay far away from her. But how do you stay away from the girl you've always known? The one whose face you can't escape all day? Who seems to be the only person on earth who can look into your soul? The one who never denies what you're capable of, but still doesn't run. We had a conversation once. I caught her in a weak moment. She drank too much at her older brother Sean's funeral. Killian and his other brothers were too distraught to notice she went off. I followed her, worried. She told me she could see the killer in my eyes, and not from the boxing ring.
You've killed men. I saw the change in you years ago. You were 17.
I stood in shock, then tried to cover it up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're drunk. She sadly laughed, and through tears said,
I'm an O'Malley. I see all the males in my family morph from boys to men and what that means. And no matter what you do, Boris Ivanov, I see you. The real you.
To this day, I'm unsure why I did what I did next. Touching her opened Pandora's box. It was a dip into the well of pleasure I craved but couldn't have. I tucked her silky red hair behind her ear and possessively cupped her porcelain cheeks, as if she were mine, wiping her tears with my thumbs. Then you should want to stay away from me. More tears fell as her green eyes pierced mine.
Why?
You know why.
I've tried. You keep coming in to see me.
It was an intoxicated admission. She wouldn't have ever said it if she weren't. But there it was, out in the open. I wasn't imagining things. She wanted me as much as I was dying to have her. And she knew I wasn't only coming to see Killian. If she hadn't been drunk, I wouldn't have stopped myself. The craving I had for her deepened with the unhidden truth. I would have put my mouth over her hot, juicy one and tasted everything I had been obsessing over. I was still fighting the lust within me when the sound of the metal door shutting, followed by my brother clearing his throat, pulled me out of my dilemma.